Welcome to HelpYourMath.com. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to get the equation of a line using the slope-intercept formula. Now, in this particular question, we have what is the equation of the line passing through the point 12 and 2 and 4 and negative 2. To solve this, we're going to be using the slope-intercept formula. To calculate the slope-intercept form, what we're going to do is we're going to have y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope of the equation and b is the y-intercept. Now, usually the intercept is a coordinate. In this case, the intercept is only the b value, the y coordinate of the intercept point, all right? And that point looks something like this, where b is just the value of the intercept's y value, all right? So to calculate this, what we're going to use is the slope formula, which is m equals y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. This is similar to the other video we have. However, in this case, we're going to be dealing with decimal numbers. Now, let's start by calculating our slope from the two coordinate points, which we have here. So we'll just label them x1, y1, and x2, y2, to distinguish between the 2 points. Now, to calculate the slope, we use the formula that we have listed here, and we're using parentheses for each point to avoid a miscalculation, because sometimes you have negative numbers, and in subtracting, we want to make sure those parentheses help us identify what the values really are. So here we have y2, which goes in parentheses, a negative 2 minus a positive 2 divided by positive 4 minus a positive 12. And here this helps us calculate correctly, so negative 2 minus 2 is the numerator. The denominator is going to be 4, take away 12. And here on top we get negative 4. On the bottom here we have negative 8. And here a negative divided by a negative is a positive. And 4 divided by 8 gives us 0.5. Once calculated. To see that calculation briefly, let's do it over here. We're doing 8 goes into 4, add a decimal point. 8 doesn't divide 4, so that's a 0. 8 times 0 is 0. This becomes 4, we bring down the 0. The decimal point comes up right where it is. 8 goes into 45 times, and that's perfectly divisible by 8, and that makes 0.5, right? So now our slope is 0.5. And to do the second part, we could use either of the two coordinate points. For the sake of doing both, let's start with the first coordinate. We have here 12, 2. We're going to use the m as 0.5, and we're going to use the slope-intercept form now. So here we have y equals mx plus b, where m is 0.5, x is 12, and y is 2. So here we have 2 on this side, and we're still using parentheses to substitute our values in. And our m is 0.5, our x is just 12, and here we have the plus b. So here we have 2, and here 0.5 times 12, well, 12 times 5 is 60. With the decimal point, we have to bring it one place in. So that becomes 6.0 plus b. And here we just have 2 equals 6 plus b. And we want to solve for the b. So we're going to subtract 6 to both sides using the additive inverse to isolate our b term. These two will cancel out to 0. 2 take away 6 is negative 4. So here we have b equals negative 4. And now let's calculate our equation of the line, where we have our m and our b. Our m, again, is 0.5. And our b value, the y-intercept value of the y-coordinate, is negative 4. Now, we're just going to use the slope-intercept form to do this. And we're going to insert our m and our b to calculate the equation. So we have y equals 0.5x's plus negative 4, and here this evaluates to 0.5x, and the positive and negative turn negative, and this is just 4. So this is our equation, y equals 0.5x minus 4. Now this is done using the x1 and y1, but we can calculate the same equation using our x2, y2. So let's just use the other coordinate and see if we get the same result here, right? Now, in this case, we'll be using the same slope, m equals 0.5. And our x and y will be 4 and -2. This will show us that it doesn't matter which coordinate we use, we'll get the same exact result. All right? So here again, we're going to use the y equals mx plus b formula. We're going to substitute our values. This is our x, this is our y. Our y is -2, m is 0.5, x is 4, plus b. Let's solve the multiplication here. The -2 comes out in parentheses. 0.5 times 4, 5 times 4 is 20. With one decimal place in it, it becomes 2.0 plus b. So here we have -2 equals 2 plus b. We're going to subtract 2 to both sides to isolate our b. -2 to both sides. This cancels out. And here we have -4 equals b. So our b is equivalent to -4, and that's our y-intercept. So in slope-intercept form, we have y equals mx plus b, where m equals 0.5, and b equals -4 again. So we have y equals mx plus b. Substitute our values with parentheses. 0.5x's plus a -4 in parentheses. And here we have our final answer, 0.5x's. The sign change here, positive and negative make negative, and it's a 4. And we see here we have the same equation. Thank you.